And I gotta say, Ana de Armas is a standout in this film. We are all worried that Keanu Reeves is going to be like the big spotlight of this film. Nah, this movie is about Ana de Armas, and she is here to stay. What is up, guys and John Wick fans? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is On The Brinker, and today I'm going to review the latest installment in the John Wick franchise, the latest action film, and that film is Ballerina, or from the world of John Wick, Ballerina, however you want to call it. I wanted to call it Ballerina because of that long title. This movie is directed by Len Wiseman, who directed the Underworld movies, and this movie stars Ana de Armas, Norman Reedus, Anjelica Huston, Ian McShane, Reddick for his final role, and of course Keanu Reeves. An assassin trained in the traditions of the Ruska Roma organization sets out to seek revenge after her father's death. So we got the latest installment in the John Wick franchise, and this movie is the spin-off of the John Wick franchise, basically took place between 3 and 4. And of course, if you guys know me, I am a fan of the John Wick franchise. I loved it ever since the first movie. I felt so guilty not seeing the first one in theaters. I cannot believe I didn't see that movie in theaters. I got it on Blu-ray blind. And it's one of the best blind buys I've ever gotten. I love John Wick so much. John Wick 2 was good. John Wick 3 is definitely my least favorite, but still a really good film. But John Wick Chapter 4, we can all agree, is the best in this series, and it's one of my favorite action films in this decade. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I was very skeptical for this spin-off because of a director change. It's not directed by Chad Stahelski anymore. It is directed by Len Wiseman, who directed the Underworld movies, which I'm not a huge fan of. But he directed some decent action movies like Live Free or Die Hard, or the remake of Total Recall, which I thought it was enjoyable. But this is a John Wick franchise. I want this movie to be another fun installment in this series. And the trailers, I'm going to be honest, did not impress me all that much. I was just very skeptical, even though I love Ana de Armas. I think she's a great actress, and she's also a really good action star. I thought she was badass in No Time to Die. She was a standout in that movie, so I cannot wait to see her in this movie. But I was worried that this movie's not going to feel the same as the other John Wick movies. But I do not have to worry, because literally walking out of this movie, I had a huge surprise smile to my face. This is another fun installment of the John Wick series. I think this is a very brilliant spin-off to the John Wick franchise, and what I love about this movie, it felt like its own thing. It doesn't feel like you need to see all the John Wick movies leading up to this. This feels like its own story. Yes, Keanu Reeves as John Wick is in this movie. Obviously not in the movie all that much. That's the only thing, but this movie is still its own action revenge film. And I gotta say, Ana de Armas is a standout in this film. We are all worried that Keanu Reeves is going to be like the big spotlight of this film. Nah, this movie is about Ana de Armas, and she is here to stay, and she stole this entire movie. This is definitely her movie. She is great as Eve in this film. You definitely feel on her shoes here. You root for her to go on this revenge path, kick some ass. And what I love about Ana de Armas' character as well is that she's not 100% perfectly trained. She gets her ass kicked from most of this movie. She does throw down, and she's really skilled, but also she does get her ass kicked a couple of times in this movie. It just shows that she is more human, and I really do like that in this film. It felt very refreshing. And I thought Ana de Armas' performance in the film is fantastic, and she is badass throughout the action scenes of the film. The rest of the cast is great. Norman Reedus does a really good job in the film. Anjelica Huston does a good job. Ian McShane returning does a great job in the film. Reddick for the one performance he's doing in this film, for his last performance, rest in peace of course. And of course Keanu Reeves returning as John Wick is great. Of course he's not in the movie all that much, we all expected that, but I'm surprised he's in this movie more than I thought. I literally thought he was going to be in like one scene of this movie. Now, he's in a couple of scenes, and he definitely has his own chance to shine in this film, and Keanu Reeves is still great as John Wick. But like I said, this is Ana de Armas' movie, and she is the standout of this movie, and this is the biggest reason you should go out and see this movie. Another reason why you should go out and see this movie, of course, the action scenes. The action scenes are John Wick. Badass in this film, ridiculous as hell, over the top as hell, but just so well filmed and well choreographed in the film. The stunt team does a great job in this film. You can definitely feel the punches, you definitely feel the breeze throughout the action scenes. You need to see this movie on the biggest loud projector screen with great sound quality, because the sound design throughout the action scenes, You feel like you're on the edge of your seat. And yes, they get ridiculous. Of course, there's an action scene involving two flamethrowers fighting. It's awesome. It's not supposed to be a film that you take itself way too seriously. These movies are made for fun. And this movie lives the same spirit as the John Wick movies, just from the action scenes alone. And the movie looks great. The cinematography is absolutely fantastic in the movie. The soundtrack is also really good in this film. I would say for Len Wiseman, this is definitely his best movie that he has directed. The way this movie is combined. The pacing of this film is also really well done. I wasn't bored a single second throughout the film because this film is action-packed like John Wick Chapter 4. We get a couple of minutes of dialogue, but the dialogue I was still invested in. But this movie is all about for the action, and the action scenes, they're non-stop in this movie. There are even some action scenes in this movie where you're like, oh shit, okay, it ends right here. Nope, it comes back on. It literally does not stop. And that's just what I love about these movies. They just go into unexpected ways during the action scenes. I do think the story of this film is pretty simplicity. Like, it's a revenge film. We know exactly how it's going to go. It's going back to the roots of the first John Wick movie, that the first movie is a revenge film. This movie goes back into that stakes. And I also do think the villain of this film is pretty forgettable. It's played by that guy from Hereditary who plays the dad in the film. He was fine in the film, but I didn't feel as much stakes as his villain, say, as Bill Skarsgård in John Wick Chapter 4. He's just a generic villain that we've seen many times before. And also some of the characters I wish they could have explored just a little bit more, like Norman Reedus' character. I thought his character is awesome, but he doesn't have too much to do in the film, and I feel like they should make a little bit of a spin-off with him as well. I'm actually really happy of how Ballerina turns out. I was not expecting this movie to be, you know, the same as it is with the other John Wick movies. So overall, guys, I had a fun time with Ballerina. I would say Ana de Armas is badass in the film. She throws down great in the film, and her performance is really well done in this film. Love her character, and I cannot wait to see her character again if this film sets up more. The rest of the cast is great. The action scenes are as John Wickish as you can imagine. Ridiculous, over the top, a lot of fun in the film, and the film is non-stop. The story is pretty simple, and the villain is pretty generic, but you just don't go into this film for the story. You go into this film for some badass John Wick fun. And Ballerina, even though John Wick is not in it all that much, we still have a really awesome protagonist in the film, and we still have some John Wick fun that we know and love from the series. And I gotta say, this is the best film that Len Wiseman has ever done. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I wasn't expecting this movie to be good. This movie is surprisingly good. I gotta say, for Ballerina, absolutely go see this film on the big screen. Another great installment of John Wick franchise. I am so happy. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite John Wick film out of the series, or how would you rank it? And what do you guys think of Ballerina? Do you like the film, hate the film, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Notify for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.